I almost gave up a lot of times during this recovery. Many, many times I just thought, what's the point? It's never going to happen. I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to be back to fight fit. My knee's never going to be the same. But I think just it's all mental at a certain point. Your body will
Mm.
do what your body needs to do if you're given it the right treatment, the right rest, the right recovery and everything. It'll do exactly what it needs to do.
Welcome to Chok Muay Chats, episode 51. I am Joe Comerford, a commentator at RWS, SKS, Empire, of course, a plethora of promotions, ring announcer at SRC, Siam Real Combat. That's some of my resume. I'm a quasi-journalist, maybe a Muay Thai fan, an ex-fighter, and also content creator. This is my podcast where we talk about all things Muay Thai. After a couple of weeks off, I've been taking a little bit of respite from the world of Muay Thai, but we're back here to talk all things Muay Thai. I've got a very special guest today, Nong B, or Rameda B, which is her real name. Thai Australian Muay Thai fighter, referee, expert in Muay Thai, all things Muay Thai. This young woman knows it all. So currently she's up in Chiang Mai training out of Sit, Thailand. Had a little bit of a layoff, but returning to the ring after some time off. So if you like this episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe amongst your friends. You can find it on YouTube and Spotify, all that jazz. I will be posting it up this evening. Nong B, welcome back.
Good to be back. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. I think the last episode we did, unfortunately, you were dripping in sweat because the air
Yes.
conditioner in my lounge room wasn't working. But much more pleasant being able to do things online. And I think I'm just going to keep this format because it tends to work a little bit better for everybody's comfort zone. Now, we'll get straight into it. Can you tell a few people as to who you are? Just keep it short, succinct. Who are you?
So my name's Nong Bee. I'm a professional fighter, originally born in Thailand, to both Thai parents, but I live in Sydney, Australia. I fight at a PTJ Muay Thai gym in Gladesville in Sydney, but I'm also a professional referee across Australia and now internationally. And yeah, I also run a women's development committee over in New South Wales, Australia. But now I'm back focusing on my fight career, which is a long time coming for me, but very exciting.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's been a little bit up and down for you. It's been a little bit in and out, a few obstacles in the way of your
Yeah.
fight career, and now you're. Saw a photo of you the other day. You're looking jacked. I want to know what your cycle is, man.
Man,
Uh,
some kid the other day asked me if I was on steroids, but
yeah, well, I
I
want to know.
promise, I
I said to
promise
my
it's all
friend,
natural.
I said to my friend the other day, I want to know what Nong Bee's eating because it's working. But
I'm going to give a shout out to Samsy from Athletes Authority. I feel like he built this.
awesome, the tiny tank. Now, just going back to the little layoff, you've had a little bit of a layoff in your career. What was the cause of the layoff in terms of fighting?
Yeah, well, I've had two layoffs actually in my
Mm.
in my fight career. If, essentially, the first one was an ACL rupture that I'd actually had for years, and I didn't know about it. So that kind of did its course, and I needed to get that fixed before I could continue as well. So I did that, had a comeback, as you guys have probably seen, and then in my last fight in May last year, I ruptured the other ACL and had a bunch of other complications in that other knee. So um, that needed surgery because I couldn't even bear weight on walking on that leg. So that happened in the last fight. Although I still got up and fought to the end for that fight, which was maybe in hindsight not the best idea, but I don't know, maybe that fighter's mentality just kicks in. But yeah, still got the job done. had the surgery a week later, and I've been in recovery since for the last maybe year and 8 months now. Um, Recovery, and then obviously training back to fight fit, which I think we've succeeded in that, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a rocky road, and we touched on this last time in the podcast about how it affects fighters mentally. How did the second layoff affect you? I mean, you'd already sort of
Yeah.
been through that long stint with the ruptured ACL, but knee injuries we both know are not easy things to come back from. How did it affect you mentally the second time?
Man, the second one was definitely harder. I think the first one I didn't know what to expect. So the second one I knew what I was expecting, what I was coming into, but I was at a different stage of my fight career as well.
Mm.
So I felt like I was on a really good run. I was like had all these really good fights lined up, and it kind of just stopped me straight in my tracks. So I think that bit was the hardest bit, and just trying to keep focused on the end goal was really really hard. I have to say I had a few mental breakdowns throughout this second recovery. But look, at the end of the day, I think the support network that you have around you is really important, and they just keep you focused. The main thing for me was like just being in the gym in some capacity, whether it's literally just sitting on the sidelines, just talking shit with people, or yeah, just being in that environment. For me, I can't be at home alone doing absolutely nothing or just sitting on my ass. Otherwise, I'll just totally spiral out of control. But it's it was really, really hard, this second one, but otherwise, yeah, got through it in the end, I suppose.
Yeah, that was the next question I was going to ask you is, having that time off, do you think it's really important for fighters with injuries to be surrounded by the gym environment, even though you're not training, often I've always thought of it trying to make yourself useful around your community and, you're doing all the stuff for women's development in New South Wales
Mm,
and then also the refereeing. Is it important to be still a part of the sport in some sort of capacity?
yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it really, for me, it helped me stay in touch with Muay Thai, but also it it kept me sane. Like, and also the things that you learn just through osmosis by just being there, immersing
Mm.
yourself in all parts of the sport. The things that you learn are crazy, and you don't realize what you learn until you actually come back and start implementing that. It's all in your subconscious. Um, but it was really, really helpful for me to just be around the sport, be around the people that think the same way, and just yeah, keep in touch with Muay Thai.
What about returning to fight shape? Because I know that's probably, I mean, like with somebody like myself who kind of fell out of love with training and, I've tried to get back into it. It's been really hard to kind of motivate myself to get back into any sort of resemblance of fitness that resembles fight shape. Was that a hard journey for you? Because I mean, just to let
Yeah,
people know,
man.
you recently had a fight, so that's a big journey to get from having a knee injury back to fight shape. What was that like?
Yeah, man. Like I blew out. I think like again being the second one,
Mm,
I while my weight it blew out, but in a way that was needed for my knee. So you like obviously when you have huge injuries, you need nutrients and things for your body to recover. So for this recovery, like straight after surgery, I was onto a dietitian already to kind of get onto the right foods to be eating. But I mean, look, whilst I was on a plan, it wasn't like I was restricting myself or anything. I still ate how I wanted to eat, but like obviously I did blow out. I definitely looked a lot different. Coming back to fight fit, look, it was a journey. I think I had to
mm,
always constantly be reminded that um, it's a slow progress. It's not going to be something that happens overnight, and that like we just got to keep chipping away at it. I think having the end goal, knowing that I still had that fire that I wanted to come back and fight, that really just fueled me because otherwise, I honestly I almost gave up a lot of times during this recovery. Many times I've just thought, what's the point? It's never going to happen. I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to be back to fight fit. My knee's never going to be the same. But I think just it's all mental at a certain point. Your body will do what your body needs to do. If you're given it the right treatment, the right rest, the right recovery, and everything, it'll do exactly what it needs to do. It's all just about up here and keeping that on the right path. Otherwise, you just stray from the path.
Do you feel that, Muay Thai has helped you develop that resilience to be able to get through
Oh,
some of those obstacles?
totally. Yeah, it's definitely given me everything that I needed. The
Mm,
discipline, the
mm.
consistency, and maybe it's also a part of kind of who I am a little bit as well. I really thrive in like routine, discipline, being consistent. That's all for me. I know that that leads me to success. So I think that's helped me just get to this point now.
Yeah, now going from that, you recently had a fight in Ratchaburi. For those people who don't know, who may listen to this hit podcast, B and I trained at the same gym. We have the same trainer, Andy Parnham, who's been doing amazing things for Australian Muay Thai
Hmm.
over the last 10 years. He has a connection to a university in Ratchaburi, one of the surrounding provinces of Bangkok. It's about 3 hours, I think, east of Bangkok, northeast. No, west. West of
West.
Bangkok. Yeah, west of
Yeah.
Bangkok. There's my geography. Um, and there's a university there called Morachapat Chombong, which basically has a Bachelor of Muay Thai program for current athletes or athletes who have finished their fight career looking to sustain Muay Thai and do something after fighting. Now, they recently had a show in collaboration with PTJ and Muay U from Canberra, and you were actually on that card. Now, that was your comeback fight. How was the preparation for that, and what was the experience like?
The prep for it was really fun. We actually came into this camp. Actually, I've post recovery now. I've come into all my preparations with a totally different mentality. This kind of, I was like, used to be super serious, super stressed, but now I'm a bit more calm, relaxed. Whatever will happen, will happen. I just got to work hard for it. So the prep was really good. I did most of my initial fight preparations back home in Sydney at PTJ with Andy. Um, but for the last 2 weeks of the before the fight, I actually came over to Thailand. I had a referees course that I was doing, but I also was lucky enough to go and train with the Thai national team who are prepping for SEA Games at the moment.
Mhm.
So that was a really cool experience. I learned so much there. They really pushed me hard. They got me. I mean, I got humbled so many times, but they got me into really good nick, ready for this fight at in Ratchaburi, which was yeah, it was really good. So I came into it really strong. I felt really prepared, and yeah, I guess the results showed.
Yeah, now the referee course that was over at Rangsit, of course, over at
Yes,
the Muay Thai Institute of Rangsit, and the Thai national team. Forgive me, I'm trying to remember some of the fighters who were on the Thai national team because Monkle Pet, I do
yes,
believe, is on Monkle Pet, who's the current 105 Rajadamnern Stadium champion. She's on the national team. Trying
yes.
to remember some other ones, but my CTE brain can't help me remember. but phenomenal. You know, even training with somebody like Monkelpet, you know, that gives you a lot of
Yeah.
room for improvement. The little clinch machine that she is, you know, some solid clinching there with, you know, a 105 champion. Um, so very, very, very good training to be training with the Thai national team. Now, what was the actual show like? Now, I obviously in touch with some of the people who were involved with that show. Of course, Kieran, Andy, and then Ajahn
Yes.
Parin, who's a Rajamnan Stadium referee and also a WBC referee. He's
Mm,
doing it. It was I do believe it was part of his PhD. He's doing a PhD in, I'm not
mm.
quite sure, Muay Thai development or something, but this was part of his thesis to and project to do this. What was the actual show like?
Look, the show was really cool. Very kind of simple and no like huge, lights and everything, but it was like a really um, cool, almost like grassroots kind of show.
Mhm.
Um, the atmosphere was really cool. The stadium at the university was quite nice, very chilled, very relaxed. So I think it was, for me, it was a good comeback fight to come back to. Uh, the what the guys are doing over at the university is really cool. Like their fighters opportunities, obviously in collaboration with Australia, that's a really good opportunity to build relations there as well. But I think everything that the university is doing is really positive, and it's a really good step forward for them and for Muay Thai.
Yeah, there was a fighter on RWS last night. I can't remember whether it was
I think
the
it was one five, the girl that
Yes, it
fought
was One
Marie.
Fire. That's who it was. That's who it was. Yeah, it was One Fire who fought Marie Rumey. Yeah. So you can see the opportunities that some of these guys are getting, you know, and some of the stock that have come out of that university over in Sydney. Of course, you know you got Petawan, who's Ching over at SRG, Dieselek Top King, who I believe is over at another gym in Sydney, and then of course Singh Payak, who was a former Channel Seven champion. So you know, phenomenal stuff coming out of that university. Now, speaking of that, that not only do they give opportunities to fighters, but they actually do like you know, sports development. They do
Yes.
refereeing courses, all that kind of stuff. Going to your refereeing career, did you do much refereeing while you had the layoff and then the knee injury? Did that impose on moving around the ring as the third woman
Yeah.
in the ring?
Yeah. I I actually remember post surgery, I was still on crutches. And I was just doing judging back home in Sydney.
Mm.
Um, so like I judged a lot in the first initial stages of recovery, but like the guys were asking me almost every couple of weeks whether I was ready to get back in the ring or not. But as soon as I got the go ahead, yeah, man, I was a full center with the refereeing. Like I think I really found my stride with refereeing during this recovery. I was refereeing a lot, a lot of the amateur shows in back home in New South Wales, the pro shows as well, quite a number of the pro shows, and then went up to nationals, the Australian nationals, um, and Abby Nelson, who's I think she's the Director General or General Secretary of Muay Thai Australia. She's also a big dog over in IFMA. After Nationals, she invited me to come over to IFMA with her.
Also a judge on one championship as well.
Also a judge on one championship, yes. Yes, she's got a massive resume, which is really cool, and really cool to work with her as well. But yeah, so during this recovery, really, really found my stride with refereeing, really got stuck into it and studied like a lot of Thai referees, like just watching them online, trying
Mm.
to better myself, and improve myself as well, and really hone in on my skills there. But yeah, getting to go over to IFMA was a really cool, really, really cool experience.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting one because you're meeting referees from all over the world, and then each country even has its own kind of
Yeah.
culture of refereeing and officiating and their own kind of take on the rules. I mean, look, there's a rule book for Muay Thai, but the enforcement is different between different cultures because of the different kind of evolution of Muay Thai in different countries. Like some, especially in Europe, might be a little bit more kickboxing heavy, where you have like favoring output over, effective damage or something like that. So it's interesting to kind of gain the different insights of officiating from that perspective. Did you find that when you went to IFMA?
Yeah, yeah. It was really interesting to see like there's so many different styles, and it's different levels of yeah, different levels of refereeing, I guess, and judging and all of that. Yeah, and you're right, different enforcement rules. But I think the good thing with IFMA is that they really are a sucker for the rules. Like they really try to make sure, well, they try their best anyway to make sure that everyone is sticking to the same rule set and the IFMA rules really. But it was really cool to experience that because obviously when you're only refereeing in Australia, you're kind of stuck in this bubble,
Mm. Mhm.
and it's good to go over and learn different things, different techniques that maybe you don't know, or just little tips and tricks that some of the other referees might have that you might want to you see and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I might take that on board. Or you see something and you're like, oh, not gonna do that. So you're kind of learning on both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about our sport and being involved in it in different ways is, you can always take something new from a new experience. And, I was watching a few stories of, from Trevor Lawler and yourself when you were at Rangsit and looking at some of the different officiating drills, like even
Oh yeah.
something that I wasn't even, I never really thought of is, kind of fitness drills about um, picking up fighters off the floor or, how to get in between fighters. It's,
Mm.
really, really interesting to see the different ways of developing officiating. Now, do you feel that the time off, the layoff, and focusing on your officiating has helped and developed your understanding of Muay Thai better? Because obviously you would have been watching a lot of fights, you would have been sitting ringside, officiating a lot, doing the judging. Do you feel like it's helped you understand Muay Thai better and even as a fighter, how to win fights?
And I think like the biggest thing that I've learned is reading fights
Mm.
now. Whilst it's a little might be a little bit different from a judging perspective or a refereeing perspective, um, I can definitely see where it's going to help me in the fight game, how to win fights. I don't know if I can implement it yet. We'll have to wait and see. Sometimes like the mind knows what it wants to do, but the body is just like, no. Yeah, 1000% hands down. I've been around like hundreds of fights over the last year and a half. It's definitely seeped into my subconscious at the very least. I know now, well, not that I didn't know before, but I think
Mm.
I can more confidently say that it definitely helped develop my fight game.
Do you think it's worthwhile for fighters at least doing a very basic rules and scoring course?
Yeah, at least a very, very basic, or not even a very basic, doing a course around rules, because the amount of fighters that don't even know the basic rules in like just basic like what's a foul and what's not a foul is super important. I remember I was reffing not too long ago on the Sydney Consular Cup, and these girls that I were reffing, they had had a number of fights already. Like they were getting close up to like the 10 fight mark. So they'd been around, and like, some of them are still, grabbing the ropes, and they know it's wrong, but they're still doing it. Like just kind of little things like that. It's important for fighters to know the rules of Muay Thai, but also doing a course will help you understand how scoring works. So at the end of the fight, if your hand's not raised, you kind of know why your hand wasn't raised. You know what to do for the next fight so that you can actually win those fights.
Yeah, it's a funny one because I often, I kind of do all this sort of self philosophizing in my brain that, some of it comes down to the kind of Western worldview of thinking and over romanticizing the sport and disassociating from the fact that it is a sport and people
Yes,
need to play within the rules. It's not, fight,
yes,
like a lot of people treat it as like fighting and, it's like
yeah.
modern
It's
day
super
gladiators.
serious.
It's super serious. It's modern day
Yeah,
gladiators. Whereas, no, the reality is, it's like any other team sport. You wouldn't foul in rugby. You wouldn't foul in cricket. You wouldn't foul in AFL. So play within the rules and don't chuck a wobbly when you lose after.
absolutely, absolutely. And I think, like, at the end of the day, it's exactly right. It's a sport, right? Like,
Mm,
there's
mm,
winners, there's losers. I think at a certain level you got to take it seriously, but I think like it's not, you're not trying to kill each other, and it's not the end of the world if you lose.
mm.
Um, Sports always got winners and losers as long as you kind of get in there, do your best, have fun, and enjoy the process.
I I think this is a real testament to Muay Thai on the east coast of Australia is that we've cleaned it up a lot
Oh
over
yeah,
the last 10 years and taken it from that kind of dingy, dark room, dodgy kind of mafia driven, um, you know, mafia driven kind of backroom betting sort of fight club mentality
yeah,
to an actual sport. And I think, Muay Thai Australia has done a lot for that. Muay Thai New South Wales, Muay Vic, with the amateur development thing and has actually turned it into, Saturday sport kind of feel, which
yeah.
I think is really important for the future of the sport. Um, Now, speaking of future of the sport, what is coming up for Nong B?
So I've got a fight booked now for back home on Australian soil on Muay Thai League on the 21st of November. So I'll be heading back to Sydney to finish off the last little bit of my fight preparations back home. And then I will be flying up to Brisbane to grace the stages of Muay Thai League, I guess. It's been a little while since I've been back on Muay Thai League, so I'm really excited to be on Nakia's show again. Hopefully it'll be a good little fight, good little trip. And then post that fight, I'm pretty much on a plane straight back over to Thailand, and we'll see what opportunities pop up here. But the plan is to just train hard, rack up a couple more fights over here, and see where that takes me.
Awesome. Muay Thai League, obviously one of Australia's premier promotions. Nakia does a phenomenal job with
Uh,
you know, the marketing aspect of it. Very excited to see kind of the business model and the way that direction's going with the promotion. Where do you think you'll be situated in Thailand when you come back?
I'm throwing up between coming back to Chiang Mai or staying in Bangkok.
Hmm.
It'll definitely be one of the two. I haven't made that big decision just yet, but um, yeah, I'm also open to moving around just a little bit. Like if I don't feel that I'm in the right spot at first, I'll probably make a move somewhere. But yeah, my heart's either in Chiang Mai or Bangkok for sure.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing the rise of Nong B
Thank you.
on the Bangkok circuit. So get through MTL, and then we'll see what we can do for you here in the city of angels, Bangkok City, Krungtet Mahanakon.
Amazing.
Now, we'll probably start to wrap it up here. Where can people find you online, and where can people follow your journey?
I'm on Instagram, guys, at b.rameda, so BEE.RAMEDA. That's the best way to follow me. I'm pretty up to date on my socials. But yeah, follow the journey there. You'll be able to see everything I posting online regularly.
And of course, can you just reiterate your next fight, when that is and where?
Oh, yes. So I'll be fighting on Muay Thai League on the 21st of November in Brisbane, Australia at Eaton Hill Hotel. So if you can, come along and watch if you're in Brisbane. Otherwise, there will definitely be a live stream and you can stay up to date on where to find the link via my Instagram page.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for coming on to Chok Muay Chats once again. I
Thanks for
am
having me.
No problem. No problem. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have a great friend on the podcast, and a great fighter and referee as well in the world of Muay
Thank
Thai.
you.
Well, guys, that wraps it up for episode 51. You can like, share, subscribe. Find this episode on YouTube and Spotify. It will be up tonight on November the 2nd, 2025. I'm Joe Comerford. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I am over and out.